Previously on Stephen's Solo Adventure.
Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you. Is this really happening? I can't be too sure, but one day I'll be yours again.
Right, good morning everyone, welcome back to the channel. As you can see, I am at London Gatwick Airport and today is travel day. Now, if the intro to this vlog didn't make it blatantly obvious, I am on my way back to Florida for another solo trip on my own. Luke is at home looking after the cat. Also, he hasn't got enough holiday, but I carried some over from last year, so here we go. Now, I've got to the airport 3 hours beforehand, unlike last time where I only gave it an hour and a half to actually get to the airport. That didn't work out too well for me. So if you want to know what happened, have a look at the previous vlog, which I will drop in the comments section. But I'm here with ample time this morning. However, it's not going to plan as I thought it was going to. I went to check in last night and I couldn't get my boarding pass. It basically said that I needed to have my passport or my visa documents checked at the airport. So didn't really get much sleep last night because I was up worrying about whether or not they were going to let me onto the plane. So with that being said, I'm going to go and head off to check in, hopefully get my boarding pass. If I don't, this is going to be a very, very short vlog because this is where it will start and end. But hopefully that's not the case. And yes, let's start this Florida travel day.
Okay, well done me. I've made it into the lounge and I've got 30 minutes until my gate is called. So I think it's about time I go and have some breakfast. So the one thing I love about the first lounge in Gatwick is that you have two main dining options. You can either eat a la carte from a set menu, or you can actually go and help yourself to the buffet selection. Now, as you can see from the dining menu here, there are quite a few options available and they all come freshly cooked, which is great. And there's something for everyone on here, but I am always quite typical when I eat in this lounge. I always go for the eggs royale, and that is what I'm going to do this morning. And as you can see, I'm starting this with a glass of bubbly. Okay, my food has just arrived, and whilst I did have to wait a little while for it, good things come to those that wait, and oh my god, does this not look delicious. Right, so made it into the lounge, but it is super busy in here this morning. So busy that it took them 35 minutes to bring over some food that I'd ordered, which was a little bit irritating because two people that sat down after me and ordered got theirs before me. But, you know, first world problems, which ironically were in the first lounge. I would have liked to have shown you some of the decor in here and obviously what's on offer, but unfortunately I don't have the time. What I will do is though, I will link a video to our Tenerife vlog, and that's got a full overview of the facilities in here and the dining options. But you will have seen from the video that I had when I had my food what was available. Anyway, that being said, the gate has just been called. It is gate 17, so I'm gonna have to make my way over to there shortly. Time is currently 20 past 10, so the flight departs in an hour. Unlike the last time I flew, I've actually made good time today. Obviously I'll go back to the check-in issue that I had earlier. So literally got there, she asked my passport, handed my passport over. She asked if I was flying on a ESTA or a visa, confirmed ESTA, and literally that was it. So really not too sure about the random security. It was kind of a bit pointless if you ask me, and it gave me all that additional worry when it didn't need to. So yeah, we're here. I'm about to go and head to the gate soon, so that's all good. It's very bleak outside now. It's actually raining quite heavily, so I'm glad I'm actually inside. I'm actually also glad that I'm heading somewhere where it's going to be 25 degrees, so even better. You probably would have seen from the previous videos that I did stop in duty free to get a few bits and pieces. So Luke doesn't normally like going to the duty free, but I do. I like to have a little peruse and a wander around. So because I'm actually a really nice person, I picked him up a gift. So I've got him a bottle of Ciroc that I've not seen in the high street, so hopefully he will like that. And I've also treated myself to some fragrance and to a pair of sunglasses, because anyone that knows me knows I am forever losing sunglasses. I do have my Ray-Bans on me, but I just bought a cheap pair of super dry ones, which actually are quite nice. I'll insert a video of it just so you can see what they look like. I think they're quite nice, but you can never not have too many pairs of sunglasses. Anyway, that being said, I'm going to take a slow walk over to the gate. It's gate 17, so I'm not too sure where that is. It's either directly below me or it's right over the other end of the airport. No, my luck, it'll be right over the other end. So yes, want to make sure that I get boarded on time and that, you know, I have no issues with overhead storage battles, which is typically a problem on these BA long haul flights. Oh, one thing I would say is when I was doing the check-in, and the actual lady said to me that there was a seat available, a row forward but on the right hand side of the plane, and asked if I wanted to move because the actual seat pitch is a lot bigger because there's no one sitting in front of me. And if you know the BA premium economy seats, they tend to recline quite far and can actually be an inconvenience if you're the one that's behind one of those seats. So I kind of thought, hey, why not? I actually had someone sitting next to me in the original seat that I had anyway, and the seat that is over on the right hand side has got someone there, so one way or another I'd be sitting next to someone if I liked it or not. So I thought, you know what, for some extra leg room, why not? So yeah, looking forward to the flight. I don't feel flustered at all. Yeah, I'm kind of ready to get on board now and yeah, get those Florida vibes going. Anyway, I will see you guys on the plane. I have to admit, this sign makes me chuckle because I literally only put my out of office message on this morning before I left for the airport because I totally forgot to do it yesterday. But as you can see, our plane is here. Okay, so anyone who knows me knows that I am not an aviation fanatic or anything like that. That is Luke, but he is not here today. However, what I do know about this aircraft is that it is 25 years old and it is a Boeing 777-236ER, whatever that means. And it's a 2-jet engine, obviously, because you can see the jet engines there. But it was registered on the 17th of April 2000, so turn of the millennium. Here we go. Hi there, you're right.
So straight across, turn right. Welcome back forward.
Thank you. Hi there, you're right. So here is where I will be calling home for the next 9 hours and 20 minutes. Looks comfy, doesn't it? And I'm glad I decided to switch seats because the legroom here looks a little bit more substantial than what I had in my original seat. Right, I'm all seated and the pre-departure drink has arrived. They've said it's champagne. It tastes more like Prosecco, but bubbles are bubbles in my opinion.
just like that, over 9 hours later, I'm here in Florida. Goodbye, BA. Really enjoyed the flight. I will see you in a couple of days. Right, finally arrived on time, which is always good. Just walking down the never-ending corridor to go and get bags. So let's see if those baggage priority labels actually work this time, because let's be honest, they never do with BA. Watch this space. And just as the sign says, it's a 7-minute walk to bag claim, customs and border protection. I actually do like walking down here. As you can see on the left-hand side, there is the runway and various different airlines that serve this terminal. And on the right-hand side, you can actually see departures where everyone is either finishing their trips or starting a new one. As you can see, I'm now walking into the baggage hall. And I have to admit, I don't know how I feel about this part of the actual process. Here in Terminal C, you have to collect your bags before you go through passport and immigration, whereas if you fly into Terminal B, you have to get off the plane, run as quickly as you can to get through passport and immigration, and then collect your bags. For me personally, I prefer getting straight off the plane, getting straight through passport immigration, and then collecting your bags. On this particular setup, it doesn't matter what class you travel in. If your bags don't happen to come off as a priority, you will find yourself at the back of that queue, as you can see in the distance. Tell me what your thoughts are in the comments. Do you prefer this setup or the setup in Terminal B? Luckily for me, it looks like the priority tags have worked, and here comes one of my bags. Now I just need to wait for the other one and I am off. My second bag has arrived straight behind the first, so not too long whatsoever. However, this queue on the other hand, I could be waiting a while. Here's hoping not too long a while, but I have my bags and I'm nearly there now. Right, so I am through customs. Plane landed at 3:51. It is now currently 4:45, so it's taken me about 50 minutes or so to get off the plane and get through past customs. I have to admit, customs itself wasn't bad at all. Once I actually got in the line, it was only 10 minutes. And my bags came within 10 minutes as well. The actual priority tag did work for me, so Luke will be pleased. There were so many people queuing though beforehand, it was ridiculous. But you know, 10 minutes all in all to get through. Once I collected my bags, I didn't think it was too unreasonable. The security guard was really chatty to me, asked where my wife was. I says, I don't have a wife. And then he says, oh, why, you got a wedding ring? And I was like, oh, because I'm married to a man. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry, that's too presumptuous of me. So I think it broke the ice a little bit. But yeah, after that, he started asking me about my Fitbit, where I got it from, how I thought about it. Yeah, so anyway, putting all that to one side, I'm here. Oh, I can breathe out a little bit now. So I need to get to the hotel ASAP, simply because Universal Islands of Adventure closes at 7 tonight, and I really want to get on VelociCoaster. So I need to book myself an Uber and obviously head on over to the hotel. Flight was really good. Yeah, the extra leg room at the front was perfect. The gentleman that I had sitting next to me, no problems whatsoever. We had the odd conversation here and there. He worked for an AI company, he was over here for work. Yeah, just really kind of general chit chat, nothing too spectacular. Food on the plane, not really much choice. There was either pasta, some chicken dish, or a cottage pie. Anyone that knows me knows I don't actually do chicken unless it's free range, so obviously went for the cottage pie. I'll insert a video of it round about here. What I will say is actually it tasted better than it looked. I didn't actually eat the dessert. I know that's criminal because it was chocolate cake, but just wasn't feeling it. And I also had their little pastry, which was their landing snack. Again, went for the vegetable one simply because it was chicken as an alternative. So yeah, you can see the video there of what it looks like. I really think that BA are missing the trick. What they should do is they should go into partnerships with Greggs and do vegan sausage rolls and normal sausage rolls as the snack. I think that would be so much better, but you know, that's just me. I like the savoury stuff. So yeah, I am really tired. As I said, I only had 4 hours sleep last night, and currently the time back in the UK is about just gone 9 o'clock, or it's 10 to 10 actually. So I need to get myself moving, as I said, 'cause I need to get to the hotel. But I'm here, ready to, oh my God, just walk out, feel that Florida sun, and get myself on VelociCoaster. So watch this space. I'm going to go and get an Uber. Right, I am on the 9th floor. My room is 1923. Let's see what it is like. So, not going to complain. It's actually quite nice in here. So they put me on the top floor, and as you can see, I've got a view of the pool down there, which is pretty nice. And just over there, you can see a Volcano Bay. And the pool is heated and open until 10 PM apparently, so that always might be an option later on. Right, so 2 queen size beds, which are huge. And this is quite good as well, look. USB and USB-C ports right by the bed, which is really, really helpful. And that is just a box. Doesn't open or anything. Doubles up as a nightstand, which is cool. Like this as well, you've got the lampshades right over the head. And they turn on and off as so. Got a lamp over in the corner there with a chair. Now Luke would appreciate this because the TV is opposite the bed, so that is perfect. Obviously the rules, might have a look at that later in terms of how to behave myself, etc. But all's good. Pizza if you want to order room service. Got a nice stool there to pull out if you want to sit there and do yourself out. 3 drawers, which is ample storage for me. And oh look, Holy Bible. So when I was at Aventura, they had a digital one of them, but obviously because this isn't Aventura and we don't have the iPad, they got the book one. Mini fridge. Let's do the cold test. Yep, it's cool, which is good. So this is an interconnecting room, but the doors are locked. One thing I would say is when Luke and I were in dockside in March last year, we could hear noises from the other room, and those noises were the types of noises that you'd think they would be. Coffee making facilities, which is cool. Now this, I'm guessing, is, yes, it's a wardrobe. We've got a safe, which is a decent size. That's included. Ironing board, plenty of hangers. That's good. Over by the door here, you've got a mirror. Hey everyone, it's me. And then here is the washing facility. So ample amount of towels, which is good. Hair dryer. Mixer tap, which is good as well. Soap, obviously, to wash your hands. Now, this is perfect because it's a glass door. And that is always, always good. And obviously, shower. It's not a rainfall, and there's some freebies over there. Now, I've got loads of these indoors because they gave us loads of them when we were in dockside. But let's do the all-important shower power test. See how this works. Okay, so that's cool as well. 2 lots of toilet roll. So yeah, there we are. That is the room. Oh, and obviously aircon, which is cool. Yeah, so all in all, not too bad. Right, so the time is 5:43. Islands of Adventure closes at 7 o'clock, so obviously I've just done the room tour, just checked in, really, really straightforward, quick and easy. The guy was really nice. He actually said if I wanted to do a late checkout on my day of departure until 3 o'clock, that's £80, so, or $80 rather, so I will probably be doing that. It's always good to have the extra time. It also, which I thought was cool, asked me what my favourite ride was at Universal / Islands, and anyone that knows me knows it's all about the VelociCoaster. And look what he gave me. He gave me a VelociCoaster door key, which is really cool. So I've got a Hagrid's one indoors. I've obviously got this, which I'm just thrilled about because it's the small things, right? So I'm going to change into some shorts because I'm still in trousers because when I left this morning it was pretty cold, and I want to get myself over to Universal and carry on with the age-old tradition of getting my first ride on VelociCoaster. It's kind of like golden hour because the sun is at that stage where it's starting to set. But yeah, so I'm just going to have a quick look on the app to see what the times are, because that's going to dictate how long I can actually be in there for. I think once you're in there and you're queuing, that's fine. You'll get on the ride even if by that point the park is closed. But time to get changed, time to head on over to the park, time to get that VelociCoaster fix and feel those Universal vibes. Cannot wait. I'm so glad I'm here. So glad I'm here. For anyone that watched my previous vlog, you will remember that I stayed at Aventura Hotel, and there I had the option of using the water taxi, the garden walkway, or the shuttle service. Here at Surfside, however, you've got the option of taking the shuttle, which I'm doing this evening, or you can walk over the freeway, which is about 20 to 30 minutes. I don't have that time available to me this evening, so as you can see, I'm getting the bus. So I've made it into the park. It is currently 20 past 6. It actually closes at 7 tonight because they've got an Orlando Informer event going on. But VelociCoaster is a 60-minute wait, so it's back up and running, which is good. So my plan is to head straight for VelociCoaster and just wait in the queue. Has to be done. I think once you're in the queue, they kind of just let you go through, obviously, and then that's it. I think they stop allowing new entrants at 7 o'clock. We will see. But yeah, wish me luck. Can't believe I'm actually here. I'm back in the Universe of Magic, and the view is just spectacular as always. I know people talk about that feeling they get when they walk down Main Street and they get to see Cinderella's castle for the first time. I get exactly that same feeling when I walk into Islands of Adventure, when I see VelociCoaster in the distance, when I see Harry Potter Land, when I see the Hulk coaster going round. For me, this is 100% my happy place. Oh my god, so the Hulk, what an incredible ride. It always gives me a headache when I go on it, but I didn't get a chance to do it last time I was here. If I have time, I will do it tonight. I don't think I will do because it would have shut by then, but it's definitely a must do whilst I'm here this time around. I am literally power walking through Marvel Island. I need to get to VelociCoaster. I'm actually surprised how many people are still here, considering the time of day, but I have to admit the weather is lovely. It's warm, no humidity, just what you want. You know, Florida always delivers, unless it's actually pissing it down, which it's not at the moment. Anyway, onwards we go. Have to admit, with the light at this level, because obviously the sun is setting, really does put a nice little hue in the air, makes everything look extra pretty. That would definitely get you wet. Not something I want to be doing at this time of the day anyway. But yes, Toon Lagoon. Next, passing Kong in a minute, and then on to the reason why we're here, Jurassic Park. It's funny, everyone is walking against me, and I'm the only one that's walking in. I'm so happy to be back here. Weird to think that 9 hours ago I was in the UK. Actually, more than 9 hours ago I was in the UK. But now I'm back in my favourite place in the world. There is Rexy. Looks a little bit quiet down this end, which will hopefully mean that 60-minute queue time was a bit of an exaggeration. We shall see. There it is, people. The raptor paddock. There are 4 raptors in the paddock. If you know what that means, comment below. As you can see, it is still a 60-minute wait time, but we are here and we are getting on that ride. I do love walking down this path, seeing the statues of the raptors there and literally just seeing the coaster track. I cannot wait to get on this ride. Oh, we made it. We are here. Okay, so the queue is quite long and it's saying it's 60 minutes, but I'm going to get in that line. Didn't fly 9 hours here to give up on an hour. Here we go. There is no single rider line tonight, so I'll be joining the standby queue. And as you can see, it wraps all the way round the outside of the actual attraction down towards the lake. So I think I'm going to be queuing for a little while. I have to admit, the queue is actually moving a lot faster than I thought it was going to. And as you can see, I'm now in the inside portion of the queue. And this bit is actually quite good because there's lots of female elements in here. So not much longer to go, I hope.
When you disembark, you will arrive to the other side of the lockers. So hold on to your ticket and look for key markers. You're ready to ride.
Right, we are on, we are strapped in, and we are ready to go. It was so worth the wait, and it was only 50 minutes in the end and not 60 minutes, but yeah, oh, incredible. I did take some ride footage, not too sure how it's going to come out, but here's hoping it's half decent. We will see. So yeah, the park is now officially closed, so I suppose I need to head on back to the hotel now. I've been up for 15 hours straight and yeah, knackered. Right, time to head on out. Right, so I'm just heading out of the park and I've just walked through Hogsmeade, and they were quite insistent on getting people out because the park is technically closed half an hour ago, but the castle, oh my god, it looks incredible. I didn't get an opportunity to take a video of it just because of how insistent they were of getting people up, but I did manage to get a photo of it, so I'm gonna insert it now and hopefully the photo does it justice because it just looks really incredible. Anyway, onwards we go. Time to really get a move on and head on out of it. I am knackered. I really need something to drink as well. I'm feeling quite dehydrated now. The adventure 100% lives on, but not until tomorrow morning because they're kicking everyone out. Hey everyone, so right, back in the room, it's 9:15. I am exhausted. I've been up probably about 16 hours now. On the way back to the hotel, I stopped at the Walgreens, which is literally just across the road, to pick up some water, and there were a queue in there as well. I waited in there for about 20-25 minutes to get served, just to get some water. So I'll put a photo in here now. Yeah, just look at that, it's mental. But hey ho, here end of a long but enjoyable travel day. I'm so glad to be back here. Also very, very glad to have got on to VelociCoaster this evening. I'm hoping the footage came out okay. I suppose the proof will be in the pudding, as they say. But yeah, just whilst I'm here, I want to show you something really, really quickly. Right, so I'm on the 9th floor, as I said, and literally, look, as you can see over there, it's Volcano Bay. Doesn't it look really pretty? It's a shame I didn't have that view when I was staying at Aventura last time. And if you look down here, there are still people in the pool. I mean, they did say it was a heated pool, so doesn't surprise me that there's still people in there. So plan for tomorrow is, I'm gonna do Islands of Adventure and Universal tomorrow. The idea is to do early park admission, but excitingly, in the evening, I have got a after hours ticket to Epcot. It cost me about £140, £150, I think, but basically the park is open for after hours between the hours of 10 o'clock and I want to say it's 1 o'clock in the morning, but basically they have really low wait times, practically walk on, so I've been told, or so they advertise. You get free drinks and free food. Yeah, and actually I can get in there from 7 o'clock. So although the event doesn't start until 10, and that's when all the day guests will be kicked out, I can get there for 7. So I can get some extra hours in. So that will be fun. Last time I came to Florida in October, it was very Universal heavy, simply because I came for Halloween Horror Nights and I didn't have anything else on my agenda, but this time slightly different. So yes, so tomorrow evening I've got the after hours at Epcot, which is going to be really fun. The rides are open, but I don't think the pavilions are, so we will see. But I think Guardians has literally just gone to standby now, so you don't need virtual queues for it. So it'll be interesting to see what the wait times are during the day tomorrow, as opposed to when I'm there in the evening. Fingers crossed that it's not going to be too popular, but you know, as I says, they kind of they only sell so many tickets, and it's advertised that it's low wait time. So touch wood, that's all going to be fun. I've also got a ticket for Busch Gardens as well, and for SeaWorld, and for Aquatica. Not too sure I'll be doing Aquatica, to be totally honest, but I've booked the shuttle service to do Busch Gardens on the Saturday,
And my thought process was to do SeaWorld on Friday, simply because if I'm out until silly o'clock tomorrow, very, very late, the last thing I want to do is kind of be having to get up early the following day to head down to Busch Gardens. So I thought SeaWorld was a safe bet for the Friday. I also want to try and get over to Universal one evening as well, probably Friday, because Saturday's a blackout and I can't use my annual pass, but to see the parade for Mardi Gras, so that should be fun. And also to try and have some of the food and beverages around the actual Mardi Gras stands. They've got very different pavilions there that are selling like different foods and different alcohols. I think they got like an Indian one, a Canadian one, like various different ones. So yeah, that will be interesting. But I am going to leave the vlog here. No, I'm not. Just one quick thing. When I was checking in to Universal, I didn't actually have to give them my card to scan. It was literally just Face ID. So I stood there and looked at the screen and it basically said welcome, and I walked straight in. So this is obviously the new technology I was talking about. Whilst they did have that, you would still have to show your card last year, but obviously that's not the case now. And I'm guessing because I am a annual pass holder, obviously all my details on record from previous times I've come. So that was really interesting. I have to admit, it kind of makes it quicker to actually get into the park. And I've also been told on good authority as well that there is the annual pass holder appreciation line, so there will be a separate line for pass holders tomorrow. So it'll be interesting to see what that's like for early park admission, whether or not I just go on the normal queue or whether or not I go on that one. It all depends on how many people there are. But yeah, really, really good day. I hope you've enjoyed seeing what I've got up to. You know, from early start this morning to obviously the flight, and then, you know, rushing over to Islands of Adventure. But I do enjoy doing these vlogs, especially when you're doing a solo trip as well. It does make you feel like you're kind of with someone, although you're not. So if you've watched this far, thank you, really appreciate it. Don't forget to press the subscribe button so you can be aware of future postings that are coming up. But otherwise, I will leave it there. I will catch you in the morning and we get to do it all again. Right, good night everyone, take care, bye.